A chatbot for medical purpose using deep learning. Abstract: the chatbot is a software program that is used to interact with clients using natural language processing via text or text-to-speech format. Today, in the present era, the major challenges that India as a country is facing is to cater good quality and affordable healthcare services to its growing population, and at the same time, they are not cost efficient. Nowadays, it is becoming very difficult to provide healthcare facilities, as we have seen in COVID-19 critical situations that the condition in India was getting worse because of lack of transportation, availability of doctors and hospitality. Sometimes it causes the people to postpone their treatment, as well as there is an increment in death count. The aim of our project is to design a conversational AI-powered chatbot for medical diagnostics using deep learning, which mainly focuses on rural parts as well as poor and needy people of our country. Our system has the capability to understand the symptoms of the patient and communicates with patient, end user, through web UI. Our system tries to solve their problem with the help of the symptoms provided by patient itself and help them to give the correct antibiotics/medicines and precautions. Nltk, Natural Language Toolkit, is a module/program in Python which can able to perform symbolic and statistical natural language processing for English written in programming. It is used to analyze the input in the form of speech and generate responses that are similar to humans. Keywords: chatbot, COVID-19, deep learning, natural language toolkit, Nltk, natural language processing, NLP, intent, bag of words, Flask. Introduction. The chatbot is a software program that is used to interact with clients using natural language processing via text or text-to-speech format. Initially, chatbot created for interact with human for entertainment purpose only. Today, in the present era, the major challenges that India as a country is facing is to cater good quality and affordable healthcare services to its growing population, and at the same time, they are not cost efficient. This inaccessibility of healthcare facilities, especially in rural areas, and the difficulty in accessing means of transport, and it causes patients to postpone their treatment, or option for medical facilities which is closer but at the same time are not cost efficient and well matched to their medical needs. The efficient ways to provide timely medical care, access, and quality of the treatment to the patient. The role of medical chatbot comes into play, which connects patients with the chatbot and help them to give the correct antibiotics/medicines and precautions. The typical interaction B/W humans and chatbot using natural language processing, NLP, as follows. 1. A human interact with chatbot. 2. The chatbot captures the audio of the human. 3. The chatbot converts the audio to text. 4. The chatbot process the text data. 5. Data/text to audio conversion takes place in the chatbot. 6. The chatbot responds to the human in audio format. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning in artificial intelligence concerned with algorithms capable of learning unsupervised from data which is unstructured and unlabeled. It uses a function of the brain called neural networks. Neural network. Neural network is a sequence of algorithms that try to build the relationships between the data and the human brain. Neural networks adapt the changing input so the network generates the best possible output without needs to redesign again. Modules. 1. Tensorflow. It is an end-to-end open-source platform for machine learning. It has different tools, libraries, and community resources. 2. Speech recognition. It is an automatic speech recognition, ASR. It has the power which enables a program to process human audio into a written format. 3. Natural Language Toolkit, NLTK, libraries. It contains libraries and programs for natural language processing. It is the most powerful NLP libraries, which contains packages to make chatbot understand human audio and reply to it with an accurate response. 4. Flask Module. Flask is a lightweight WSGI web application framework. It is built to get started quick and easy, with the capability to scale up to the complex applications. 5. Keras. It is a deep learning API written in Python language, running on the top of the machine learning platform, i.e., Tensorflow. It is used to create layers in neural network. 2. Literature review. The chatbot is a software program that is used to interact with clients using natural language. Humans can replace by chatbots for monotonous jobs of answering queries and giving efficient responses. 2. Chatbots used for acquiring knowledge. It can be implemented on our mobiles and local personal systems and can access the internet. Chatbots communicates with clients in any particular domain with their query as input in general conversational statements too. 7. This literature review presents history, technology, and existing work of the chatbots. Chatbots have good conversational abilities. They are good at emulating a human conversation, and they learn through knowledge. 7. Alan Turing wondered if a computer program could talk to a group of people without realizing that their interlocutor was artificial. This question was named Turing test. The first chatbot with ELIZA name was constructed in 1966. ELIZA simulated a psychotherapist's operation, returning the user's sentences in the interrogative form. ELIZA uses pattern matching and a response selection scheme based on templates. In the history of chatbots, Alice was the first online chatbot inspired by ELIZA. Alice was based on pattern matching. 7. Difference between Alice and ELIZA was that Alice was developed using new language AI/ML created for this purpose. 7. Perry is considered more advanced than ELIZA as it is supposed to have personality and better controlling structure. 7. Chatbots mentioned in this literature survey is also based on medicinal purpose such as KBot. 3. There is a well-recognized need for a shift to proactive asthma care given the impact asthma has on overall healthcare costs. The demand for continuous monitoring of patients' adherence to the medication care plan, assessment of environmental triggers, and management of asthma can be challenging in traditional clinical settings and taxing on clinical professionals. 3. KBot is limited to only asthma and cannot treat on anything else. 8. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning in artificial intelligence that has networks capable of learning unsupervised from data that is unstructured or unlabeled. Also known as deep neural learning or deep neural network. Recurrent neural network, RNN, are a type of neural network where the output from previous step is fed as input to the current step. It uses the same parameters for each input as it performs the same task on all the inputs or hidden layers to produce the output. 8. Natural language processing, NLP, deals with building computational algorithms to automatically analyze and represent human language. In this paper, Survey on Neural Network in Speech Recognition is referred from the research paper Speech Recognition Using Deep Neural Networks published in 2019. 5. Deep learning algorithms have been mostly used to enhance the capabilities of computers so that it understands what humans can do, which includes speech recognition. 5. The main focus of the review was to shed a light on paper that employ the deep learning technique for implementation with best use of neural network. 5. Machine learning is defined as the field of study that provides computers with the ability to learn from input data without being explicitly programmed to do so. Automatic speech recognition is the capability of a machine or computer to recognize the content of words and phrases in an uttered language and transform them to a machine-understandable format. Automatic speaker recognition can be defined as the process of recognizing the unknown speaker on the basis of the information embedded in his/her speech signal using machine. 5. Disadvantages of speech recognition were that it was difficult to distinguish the language of the user, also it may face difficulty in accent recognition as well. COVID-19 has taken control all over world, millions of people have suffered from COVID and many have resulted in death. There is a survey based on COVID-19 which was implemented using deep learning. 6. This survey explores how deep learning has battled the COVID-19 pandemic and provides direction for future research on COVID-19. We cover deep learning applications in NLP, computer vision, life science, and epidemiology. 6. A past work. 1. ELIZA, 1966. Description: ELIZA simulated a psychotherapist's operation, returning the user's sentences in the interrogative form. Weizenbaum ELIZA uses pattern matching and a response selection scheme based on templates. Limitations: its ability to communicate was limited, its knowledge is limited, It cannot keep long conversations and cannot learn or discover context from the discussion. 2. Perry, 1972. Description: Perry is supposed to have a personality and a better controlling structure. It defines his responses based on a system of assumptions and emotional responses activated by the change of utterances. Limitations: Chatbot with low capabilities concerning language understanding and the ability to express emotions. It also has a low speed of responding. 3. Alice, 1995. Description: Alice was based on pattern matching. Alice's knowledge base consisted of about 41,000 templates and related patterns. Limitations: Alice did not have intelligent features and could not generate human-like answers expressing emotions or attitudes. B. Existing work. Authors: Dipesh Kataria, Revati Venkataramanan, Hongyung Yip, Maninder Kalra, Krishna Prasad Thirunarayanan. Year: 2019. Description: Kbot is a chatbot mainly used to help asthma patients through meaningful conversation. Limitations: Alice did not have intelligent features and could not generate human-like answers expressing emotions or attitudes. 2. Pathbot, an intelligent chatbot for guiding visitors locating venues. Authors: Katalgo Mabunda and Abhijide Dibijola. Year: 2019. Description: The development of Pathbot presented as a tool to assist students and visitors to navigate through the campus venues. Limitations: It does not handle rerouting and cases where the user is lost. 3. Speech recognition using deep neural networks. Authors: Ali Bunasif, Ismail Shayan, Mdinan Adalai, Mohammad Aitzeh, and Khaled Shalan. Year: 2019. Description: Automatic speech recognition is the capability of a machine to recognize the content of words and phrases in an uttered language and transform them to a machine-understandable format. Limitations: The discrimination between two languages may become challenging as well as accent recognition. 4. COVID-19, Deep Learning Application. Author: Connor Shorten, Taghi Mkoshgaftar and Borko Furheit. Year: 2019. Description: This survey explores how deep learning has battled the COVID-19 pandemic and provides direction for future research on COVID-19. Limitations: Interpretability, generalization metrics, learning from limited labeled data, and data privacy. 3. System design. Initially, gather data from the dataset, which contains set of messages and their corresponding responses. Then, remove punctuations, extra symbols and other unnecessary things from this dataset. Then apply bag of words technique to identify the class of input message. Feed the processed input query/message to neural network or sequential model, which used to train chatbot. After this, predict the class and return the most appropriate response to user. This chatbot fetches the responses from dataset by matching the input with the conversations. Diagram, System architecture. 4. Methodology. 1. Bag of words. Bag of words model is the technique of pre-processing the text by converting it into a number/vector format, which finds the frequency of a word in a given sentence. It is the method of extracting features from the given text and use these features for model training. Bag of words model. This algorithm used for finding the frequency of a word in a given sentence. It is a way of extracting features from the given text. To understand this, let us take an example. 2. Sequential model. Create a sequential model. It is the simplest method to build a model in Keras. It allows to build a model layer by layer, starting from input layer to output layer. Some of the important concepts related to sequential model are described as follows. 1. Dense is the type of layer used. In a dense layer, all nodes in the previous layer are connected to the nodes in the current layer. 2. Activation function allows model to represent nonlinear relationships. The activation function is ReLU, rectified linear activation, and softmax. 3. Predict class. Find the class with the highest probability and return the corresponding response. V. Implementation. 1. Create intents. An intent is the intention of the user interacting with a chatbot or the intention behind each message that the chatbot receives from a particular user. 9. Define simple intents and set of messages that corresponds to those intents and also map some responses according to each intent category. Create a JSON file named intents. JSON, which is in the form of categories provided with some tags. Define set of patterns with the corresponding responses. Following is the sample dataset. 4. Model training. Define neural network architecture for proposed model and for that use the sequential model class of Keras. Keras is an open source, high-level library for developing neural network model. 10. The steps for creating a Keras, sequential, model are the following. Step 1. Define neural network model, i.e., sequential model. The network is defined as a sequence of layers, each with its own customizable size and activation function. In this sequential model, the first layer is the input layer, which define the size of the input, which is feed to neural network. After this more and more layers, hidden layers, can be added and customized until reached to the final output layer. Figure 4, Model Training, Step 1. 5. Get user input. Accept input query/message from user with developed front-end using Flask framework. 6. Predict class for input. Filter out the class/tag for user input, with specified threshold and make list of all filtered tags. Sort the list in reverse order, so that it returns class/tag, which has the highest probability. Finally, return the list with classes and their corresponding probability. Figure 7, Predict class. 7. Get bot response. 6. Result. In this research we learned what artificial neural networks and deep learning are. Some neural network makes the productive use of sequential data like text or audio which were introduced in CureBot. A deep learning chatbot learns right from scratch through a process called deep learning and using the data provided. In this process, the chatbot is created using machine learning algorithms. Some framework and libraries used throughout the process are. 7. Conclusion. In conclusion, we have presented an artificially intelligent chatbot using applications of deep learning to fight COVID-19 including various viral diseases faced by human being in day-to-day life. Keeping in mind, the situation of the rural population and imbalance between the demand and healthcare services currently provided, so by developing this CureBot will bridge a gap by creating a conversational application with natural language processing. Our survey gives solution on how human can tackle various diseases implementing deep learning in CureBot. We have shown how the data is given as input to the deep neural network and how task is constructed as learning problem. We have covered some solutions to the user's query which will be beneficial for proper understanding of the patients. We also have implemented speech-to-text conversation type for better use of chatbot.